there's 4 basic dimensions to the human body. Now, when you align these 4 dimensions, you are able to manifest whatever you want. It's me, Day. I'm your spiritual manifestation, energy healer, and psychic, creating video content so you can easily learn the idea of the energies in your body, how to begin aligning them so you can begin consciously creating your reality. If that resonates with you, make sure to hit the like button on this video and make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. The 4 basic dimensions of the human body is number 1, your physical body, number 2, the mind, number 3, your emotions, and number 4, the fundamental life energies. In this video, we're going to be breaking down these 4 fundamental dimensions of the human body and how to begin aligning them so you can manifest what it is you really want. Also, I'm going to be sharing a story that I heard Sandhguru tell. If you don't know who Sandhguru is, he's a very well-known spiritual leader and teacher, and there was such a profound story that he shared, so I want to share it with you too. So let's get into the first one, which is our physical body. Now, this one really comes into play when all the other ones tie together, but obviously your physical body, right? Because your physical body matters. Your physical body is the spiritual manifestation of your soul, reincarnating here on earth. Okay, so it is very important. But what we choose to do with the other elements, which again is our mind, our emotions, and the fundamental life energy, these things, when they come into alignment, they shift our physical body. Okay, and so this is why it's really important, because some of the times what we're doing energetically speaking within our mind and our emotions and the fundamental life energies, which I'll explain further, what ends up happening is that you can actually wreak havoc on the body, both emotionally and physically, if these aren't in alignment. So not only are you going to be able to, manifest what it is you truly want, but you're going to feel more whole because you are aligning all of these things, which is going to have such a healthy impact, both mentally and physically, on your actual physical body itself. When we're talking about the physical mind, number 2, our mind, why is this so important? It's absolutely one of the key foundations. It's because think about everything that has been created by human beings on earth today. All that you see, all the human creation that you see here on this planet was first created in the mind. It started as an expressioned thought within the mind, and then it physically became manifested in reality. The wonderful things that we have done here on this planet and the horrible things that we have done here on this planet, they have both came from the human mind. This is why it's extremely important that we first learn to create the right things in the mind. How we keep the mind is extremely important, because if we don't have the power to keep our minds the way we want it to, we end up creating things that are very accidental, unorganized, and random. So learning to create our minds the way we want is the basis of learning how to create the reality the way we want. This is why if you have a really chaotic mind, the monkey mind, what's happening is you can't really focus this element, okay? You can't really focus this element. So how are you going to be a creator of what happens in the reality? And so this ties in with everything, because what's going on in your monkey mind is affecting your physical body. It is also affecting your emotions, and it is also affecting the fundamental life energy. And so it's not really helping you align all of these elements in one direction, because when you align these elements in one direction, this is where the manifestation happens. So when you're able to start getting organized with your mind, and this takes inner work, this takes some discipline, this takes consistency. But to make it easier on you, I have a workbook below called the Ascension Workbook. You can download your copy for free through the link below. Go ahead and grab that, because there's exercises in there to help quiet the chaotic, the monkey mind. There's processes that you can begin using to now organize the mind, organize the thoughts, as much as you're able to, because it's not always going to be that way, but enough that you can begin pointing all these 4 elements in one direction. So this is a huge key component, and so it's very important to begin practicing this. So now I want to share with you the quick story that I heard Sandhguru share from the Yogi Lord. It ties in the power of the mind and how it creates our entire reality. This man had a long journey, long travels, and he was just wishing that he could rest somewhere. So a little in the distance, he notices this tree. And so he makes his way to it because it looks very comforting. There's shade. There's a nice comfort of grass. He's like, this is where I'm going to rest. So he lies under this tree and he naps there for a few hours. And so upon wakening, he has this thought. He's like, oh, I'm so hungry right now. I wish I had something to eat. And then instantly food showed up. And he didn't question it. He was starving, so he ate. And then after that, he's like, oh, my belly's full. And I wish I had something to drink. And then a drink showed up. He's not going to question it. He's thirsty. He drinks the drink. This is where the man's monkey mind began to set in because he started to think, he's like, what the heck is going on here? He's like, I asked for food and food came. I asked for drink and drink came. Oh, there must be ghosts around here. And wouldn't you know it, ghost came. He says, oh, the ghosts have came, right? And then he starts thinking, they're going to surround me and start torturing me. Immediately, the ghost starts surrounding him and torturing him. Then he started screaming in pain and said, oh, they're going to kill me. And then he died. The problem was the man was sitting under a kalpa vriksha. I'm saying that correct, let me know. It is a wishing tree. He asked for food, food came. He asked for drink, drink came. He asked for ghost, ghost came. He asked for torture, torture came. He asked for death, and death happened. And then Sandhguru begins to explain that a well-established mind is like a state of samyukti, which is referred to as the kalpavriksha, the wishing tree. Don't go looking for a kalpavriksha tree in the forest. Don't go looking for a wishing tree in the forest. If you begin to organize the mind to a certain level of organization, it begins to organize the whole system. All four elements begin to organize and begin to sync. So those four elements of the human body begin to get into organization, get into alignment, right? And this is what's going to help you manifest what you truly want. And a huge part of that comes from what's happening within your mind. Your body, your emotions, your energy begins getting organized in that direction. So again, your physical body, your mind, your emotions, and the fundamental life energy, these energies are now organized all in one direction. Once you establish this, anything that you wish for, you can create. So our emotions, the third element, is a huge component too, because a lot of things, what happens with our monkey mind or chaotic mind and being reactionary to what's happening around us, we have emotions. These emotions are the catalyst of the alignment of these elements, okay? And so your emotions can take your body out of sync, okay? Your emotions can also change your fundamental life energies, which we'll explain very shortly. And you already probably know what those are. What I like to do in my practice is begin practicing emotions without anything changing. Nothing changed in my reality. I just begin learning to create emotions within. Because ultimately, everything you ever want to manifest or everything you ever wanted or wished for, it is for a feeling, it is for an emotion that it'll bring. So how can we begin practicing our emotions? Now, in that workbook, the Ascension Workbook I mentioned, that you can grab your free copy in the link below, there are exercises into how to begin practicing just emitting these emotions. You can use past memories, you can create memories, or you can just really think of what that feeling will feel and picture like a beautiful scene in your mind or something to emit this emotion. Okay, this is what you really need to start doing. This is what I actually teach you how to do in Spirit Ascension. Again, if that's something that resonates with you or you're interested to know more, look at the links below and look for Enrollment in Spirit Ascension or Manifesting Your Dreams to Reality, and click that link. You'll find more details on that. But yeah, it's about creating that emotion, because that emotion is going to help align your physical body. It's going to help align your fundamental energies. It's going to align, the emotion is already aligned because you're working that one first. So whatever avenue, whichever element is your strong suit, we want to begin there. And so this brings us into, okay, what is the fundamental life energies? Well, what I mean by this, and I speak about this all the time, is your energy body. Okay, I'm talking about your auric field. I'm talking about the chakras. I'm talking about your energy pathways, your meridians, which in Spirit Ascension, we also teach you how to begin aligning yourself with your own hands. Because if your energy body, if your fundamental life energy is extremely out of whack, so to speak, lack of better words there, if it's out of, sync, It's really hard to get your monkey mind, your chaotic mind in alignment. And your body is already out of alignment and you're already experiencing physical and mental symptoms of this energy being out of alignment. Okay, and so when we align this, when we strengthen this, it's easy to pull it into the one direction of what we want to create. So if you can organize these 4 dimensions in one direction and keep it unwavering in that one direction for a certain period of time, that's when manifestation happens. Right now, the problem with most people's minds is that in every moment, it is changing directions. This is one of the first things I've realized upon my spiritual manifestation journey was that when I wasn't really focused and I was putting all my energies into these different avenues, it wasn't really moving. I wasn't really manifesting things at the speed or, the timing that I would like. And, it's all going to be done by universal and divine timing as well. But this thing about it was I was not laser focused. I wasn't utilizing these 4 elements into one direction. I was dispersing my energy in too many different avenues, so I wasn't really seeing any results in those different avenues. This began exhausting me, and so I just decided, okay, I'm just going to focus on one thing, because I did hear that throughout all the teachings and all the literature and all the studying and everything I went through to, say that I'm an expert now in energy healing and manifestation. It came down to that I need to just focus on this one thing. What is the next thing I want to manifest? And so when I started directing all of these elements in that one direction, that's where I began seeing real results. That's when I began experiencing the results I wanted. Imagine you wanted to travel somewhere, and every 2 steps, you kept changing your direction. The chances of you reaching that destination are very rare, or going to be completely by chance. So organizing these 4 dimensions of who you are right now in one direction, if you do this, you're a kalpavriksha yourself. You're a wishing tree yourself. Anything you desire will manifest. If everything and everybody you ever desired for showed up in your house right now, could you handle that? You may think so, but trust me, this is not how we came to experience it. It's how it unfolds in divine timing while we align these elements in our conscious manifestation. It's the delivery, it's the unfolding, it's the deliciousness of that. Because as soon as you do get something, as soon as you've manifested something, because everything's a manifestation, and I'm sure you've done something consciously at one point, or you're really happy about something that manifested at one point. The second you got it and you experienced it, what happened? Okay, well, what's next, right? You were on to the next thing. So it's very important that our physical action, our emotional action, our mental action, our energy action are controlled and properly directed. If not, we start becoming self-destructive. And see, that's one of our main problems right now, because as much as we need this technology that we have now, what it does for a lot of us, it makes us point our direction and these 4 elements in opposing directions. They're not in sync and aligned with each other. And so a lot of self-destruction can happen. And you can place yourself in emotions that really limit you and cause emotions like depression and uncertainty and anxiety. So it causes a lot of self-destruction when we're not aligning these 4 elements. And this is why that moment where I figured out that I was beginning to align these elements, and this is why my life started manifesting in the direction I wanted it. It was so powerful. And I'm like, there's got to be somebody else out there that wish they knew this. There's got to be somebody that wish they knew what to do step by step to begin lowering the chaotic mind, getting rid of the monkey mind, organizing this to be in alignment in one direction with what you want to create for yourself. And then how to literally do that with your energy body. So how do we begin doing that in our energy body, right? How to begin aligning the fundamental life energy within your body, your auric field, to align now with this new one direction mindset, right? And so, but then how do we use our mental capabilities, right? Our intuition to help us imagine this in the one direction of what we want. And then our physical body comes into play here. Now we start taking inspired action. We start doing the things that start making this all happen. Now there are manifestations that if you align these 4 elements can just happen without you taking actions, because there's other components of the universe aligning that you can't see right now. So just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening for you. And a lot of us have that believe it when I see it type of mentality, which doesn't allow these 4 elements to align. So if you're really ready to begin embarking on a spiritual journey of manifestation and aligning these 4 elements to consciously create your reality, you're definitely going to want to enroll in Spirit Ascension. You can find that through the link below here, or you can reach out to me if you have more questions. And if you're not sure, grab the free Ascension Workbook and begin those processes to help you with aligning these elements in your life. Now, just to give you an idea on where to begin aligning these elements in your life. Well, obviously, let's start with the mind, okay? We're going to start with the mind, and that is meditation. There's a million ways to meditate. And again, in the workbook, I strictly go through what meditations to practice to begin this. But you want to begin utilizing meditation. Okay, so what about our energetic body, the fundamental life energies? Well, there's things like yoga. There are things like breath work, Reiki. There are a million ways out there to begin aligning this energy, but you have to find a way that works for you. And so what I did in Spirit Ascension, I made it like a no-brainer. I used energy work, which is where we take our electromagnetic fields in our hand and we begin aligning the energy within our physical body. And what that does, it begins aligning the energy in our auric field that goes beyond our body, which has a huge impact on our mind and our physical body. So extremely important to find something that works for you, okay? And so going from there, then what begins to happen? Well, you need to get in tune with your intuition, that inner guidance, the inner soul part of you that's going to inspire you to start taking specific actions in your life, in your physical body. Because when you begin to align the mind and the energetic body, your body's going to change. Your body's going to feel it. You're going to feel better than you've ever felt before. You're going to feel like, oh, I feel like my old self again, right? Maybe before all those things got out of alignment. So it's really great to begin practicing these things. You don't need technically Spirit Ascension, but it's all laid out for you as a process that actually is proven to work and has worked for me and others. But find what works for you, right? So there you got the meditation. Maybe now you're doing yoga. And so now what you want to begin doing is learning to connect with your intuition. Now, this is something in Spirit Ascension that we do with an audio mind exercise to begin enhancing your ESP, your extrasensory perception. And so this will really help you connect with your intuition, especially if you already have that connection built within you. But really what you need to be doing to understand your intuition is listen to that gut feeling. Listen to that voice that tells you something, because chances are you hear it or you feel it, but you don't listen to it, and then something happens. You're like, oh, I had a feeling that would happen. That's your intuition. When you get to learn that better, right, now you understand what your inspiration, what your spirit is trying to inspire you to take action on to help bring that forth for you, okay? And so these are things you can easily begin doing today. Okay, so meditate for 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be an hour, right? So try meditation, try yoga, type on Google like healing modalities, right? How to align my energy, and find something that you can begin doing and practicing. And again, all of that is available for you in the workbook below. So if you've not grabbed that, or if you've had it and you've not opened it and tried it, begin trying and practicing these practices, because it's going to help bring these things into alignment for you. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know right now in this moment what you find is the easiest to bring into alignment out of these 4 elements, or already is in alignment for you out of these 4 elements, or what's the most challenging. And again, these alignments are your physical body, your mind, your emotions, and your fundamental life energy, your energy body, okay? So which one you find is the easiest and which is the most difficult for you? Because I know the way that the laws of the universe work, begin working with the ways that you're already in alignment with, or easier for you to work on, okay? Because that's going to help you gain momentum. And momentum is very powerful in this spiritual manifestation game we're all here to play and create with. Like, you can have an experience with somebody, it gain momentum, and then that trickle a pattern in your life. If you're not careful and you got the monkey mind, you got the chaotic mind, and you're not really paying attention to the direction of all these 4 elements. Start where it's easy for you. And I really appreciate you tuning in today. If you resonated with this video or you found it helpful, please give it a like. And if you've not yet subscribed, subscribe to the channel so that you see more information that will help you heal your energetic body and begin consciously manifesting your reality. So begin where it's easy for you so you can gain that momentum. Okay. And again, I can't thank you enough for tuning in. I appreciate you spending your time and energy here with me today. If this video resonated with you or you found it helpful, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe to this channel so you get more updates on information to help you heal your energy body and begin consciously manifesting your reality. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.